exercise done, 45 minutes done. So I'm going to shower, go out to the shops, then I'll come and do my meal prep for the week. I'm not vegetarian, I'm vegan this month. So yeah. Hello, welcome and welcome back. It's Jen here. On this day I'm going to be showing, I'm actually on a day off, so I worked, I was on shift work over the weekend and I was quite tired, so I wanted a relatively chill day, but it ended up being busy, but it's fine. I only started exercising around 10 o'clock, which was too late for me, but I did get to be finished with the exercise. I also think I have a sore throat coming, so it was a bit of a hard exercise. I've not done this specific spinning pass before, but it shouldn't have been as hard as it was. I think working out a little bit later and having a sore throat made that worse for me. Anyway, in this video I'd like to talk to you about the reason why I adopt my lifestyle. So I do exercise on the regular, and by regular I mean 45 times a week mostly, and in the last 22 days I've been exercising every day because I'm currently on 75 hard. In fact, it's more than that because I failed on day 13 previously, and that involves doing two exercises each, which is 45 minutes long. So I've been doing 1.5 hours of exercise every day for just over 30 days now. So the reason I choose to eat healthy, document the same, and exercise on the regular basis. So I'm just going to give you the reasons to why. The first one and the main reason is for health. A background: I am black, African black, and on average black people have a high risk of getting diabetes and high blood pressure, and that is irrespective of whether they've got family history and if they're obese or not. So eating as I eat, doing one meal a day, helps with dealing with insulin resistance as well as maintaining my weight. And so on average Africans have that risk, and I'm African, so that's why I do that. At a more personal level, I have a personal history on my mom's side of the family. They all seem to have high blood pressure, and it starts at a younger age, like in their 30s, and it doesn't matter whether they're fat or they're skinny, they all seem to have high blood pressure. My maternal grandmother has had high blood pressure for a long time, and she's been off salt for many years, but still is on medication for high blood pressure. So me being in the health sector, I feel I have more information, and I can use that information to have a better outlook on my lifestyle, as well as, lowering the risk of getting these diseases. And on my dad's side, they've got diabetes. It's quite common. I cannot be too sure if it's genetic element or it's just to do with lifestyle, but there is diabetes on my dad's side. So at an average level of being African, I have increased risk of diabetes and high blood pressure, but at a personal level I have family history of both diseases, which puts me at an increased risk of getting these diseases. And so having a lifestyle as I do, I'm hoping to delay whenever these diseases occur, because they can reduce the quality of life if somebody is not careful, is not properly managed. And at 41, it's time to be more active in how I deal with these things. 5 minutes to 11, and that's the state of the kitchen. But shower first, then shop, then meal prep. So back from our errands, took us longer than it was meant to be. Seen my friend as well as gone, he's had a massage as well. So this is the state of the kitchen, exactly like we left it, except we've been to the shop. But I do a quick clean and then sort out the shopping and cook. This is my food shop. I got garlic bread for the family, garlic bread. I got some ready meals, vegan ready meals for myself as well. I'll be trying this out. And basically fruit for the week. And all the fruits came to £11. And my son is practicing piano, so I'm gonna go quiet. The second reason why I adopt this lifestyle is once again to do with family history. So on my maternal side, my mom is currently 68, she's 69 soon, and she's pretty healthy. To be fair enough, she lives in Kenya, which means she's got steady supply of sunlight, and so she will have better bone health than I have with living in UK. And she's quite healthy. The only disease she has is high blood pressure, and she's on the minimum medication. The other one is my grandmother. My grandmother is currently almost 90 years old, and apart from high blood pressure and cataracts, she's been pretty healthy. And this is a woman who's had more than 8 children with poor health care, low education levels, and she's always had to work. And by work I mean farming. She's not led a life of privilege. She's done a lot of manual labor, digging and farming to maintain her household, provide for her children. Her husband passed on when she was very young, so she's had to take a burden of looking after her children financially, emotionally, and whatever parents do from an early age. She's also grown up using firewood. Firewood is is a major contributor of respiratory diseases in Africa, especially with women and children, because this is the group of people who mainly do the cooking in rural Africa. And so whilst the men go out and smoke and get COPD and lung cancer that way, the women will get COPD and lung diseases from using firewood. And so she's has never had a diagnosis of COPD, but she's got features suggestive she could be having COPD. But despite that, she's 90 years old, pretty active. But due to her cataracts, she's lost a bit of confidence, but she is almost 90 years old. And finally, her mother passed on year 2000 or before that, and she was over 100 years old. And the difference between my mom, my grandmother, is that my great-grandmother was very active. She fought for Kenyan independence in the forest. She was always skinny, and the times then was that they did not have access to processed food, and she was always active. She was also a farmer, and she passed on when she was over 100 years old. I remember my mom and my grandmother looking after her, nursing her when she was so old. She was so skinny and so malnutrition towards the end of her life, as most people over 100 can be, because the body is shutting down. And actually watching my grandmother and my mom look after her is one of the main reasons why I went into medicine. It inspired me to want to do something for other people. And so all this to say is that the women in my life, especially on my mom's side, they live a long life despite having these illnesses. And so if I were to live to those ages, I would like to be healthier. I don't want I work in a hospital, and a lot of time I see people who are unwell, and I'm not saying it's all to do with lifestyle. That's not what I'm saying. There's many reasons why people can be unwell in hospital and lose their independence. But one of the things they want is to have independence. They want to be able to go brush their teeth when they want to, and they want to do it at their own time, their own way. They want to be able to take themselves to the toilet without having somebody to walk them there and get them back, asking them, have you had a bowel movement today? They want to be able to choose when they do things, what they eat, and when they eat, as opposed to being looked after the people. And this is a thing I've seen very common in hospitals and in mental health places I've been. And considering women in my family live long, if I live long, I would want to be healthy enough to be as independent as possible. Obviously, other things can come in the way, but if I can have a good lifestyle, good diet, so I am avoiding to have these metabolic diseases, diabetes, hypertension, and obesity, then that would give me a better chance of having an independent life, should I live as long as the women in my life do. And those are the main reasons why I adopt this lifestyle. But obviously these are long-term goals. In the short term, what keeps me going is knowing don't have to buy a new wardrobe, because I've been size 10 for a long time, and being size 10 for a long time means, and also I wear basics, so I don't buy clothes a lot, and that keeps me going. But the other one is like looking good. If I look in the mirror and I don't have a fat belly, I don't have a fat back, it makes me feel good, I'm not gonna lie, and that keeps me going in the meantime. But the end goal is to have a longer, healthier life with independence, with good quality of life. And so those are the reasons why I adopt the lifestyle I do. salad for my rice. I want to make burritos.
What can I make? Wow, I want
I don't know what you want to have. Okay.
pizza.
I don't know if I can make pizza now. So going to be having my fast meal, and it's this green Thai vegan curry, sweet potato, tender stem broccoli in ginger and lime curry with edamame. So I hope it's really nice. I'll put a note at the bottom, and I'm also going to be having a banana as I wait for my rice to cook.